Hello, wrestling fans. Jason James alongside NWA main event promoter Mike Porter. And, Mike, what an episode we've got for the viewers today.
Tell you what, Jason, we're going to show some of the Lawler 35 from the Tennessee State Fairgrounds. You folks are going to be thoroughly entertained, especially you viewers that have never seen this footage before.
And don't forget, if you missed last week's show, we had that big announcement from Commissioner George Goulas. No longer do we have Mid-America Tag Team Champions. The Kentucky State Athletic Commission pulled the sanction from the match, the tag match from Princeton, Kentucky. Shortly after Scott Hayes was busted open, we saw the blood coming out of his forehead. Pulled the sanction from the match. No tag team champions. The belts are vacant. We're going to have a rematch in September. And, boy, what about Long Shot Promoting?
I believe it's September the 5th at the Butler Gym, Princeton, Kentucky. Another great NWA card. And, Jason, we were 1,300 strong there last time, and we're going to see and try to beat that record.
You know, a lot of people say that you shouldn't promote a show that far in advance. TVD to name one for sure. But, you know, Princeton, Kentucky, last time we had 1,300. This time we're going to bring in 2,600.
That's exactly right, Jason. So you folks need to plan on being there. Princeton, Kentucky, Butler Gym, 8 p.m. bell time.
Folks, that's all September the 4th?
5th.
September the 5th in Princeton, Kentucky at the Butler Gym. But don't forget, on the broadcast today, Lawler 35, and you know, Mike, last night, Jerry Lawler was in Waverly, Tennessee. We had Too Sexy Brian Christopher in Waverly, Tennessee as well. And, boy, what a night of pro wrestling it was. And what a remarkable crowd for Waverly as well. So we're going to bring you that footage next week on the broadcast. But we want to prime you up and get you ready as we show you the Lawler 35 footage today.
And, Jason, it's not going to very many more weeks, so we're going to have live TV tapings again. Our studio is getting finished. We've got the curtains up. We've got the signs up. We're getting the light up. And we're going to have a new entranceway. So, fans, you're going to see a revised NWA Main Event Wrestling right here on Comcast 74.
Hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to another exciting edition of NWA Main Event right here on Comcast Channel 74. Jason James and promoter Mike Porter at ringside. And, Mike, what a competition we've got in the ring now.
That's right, Jason. We've got two very good technical wrestlers in the ring. Matt Boyce will be taking on Shawn Shultz. Shawn Shultz has been known, Jason, to take several shortcuts. Reason we're showing the folks this footage, we're going to show you the Lawler match against Sid Vicious in just a few minutes. Jason, we're bringing Lawler around to Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee. You folks keep watching the TV. Watch the website, NWAME.com. You'll be seeing Lawler when we come in promoting in your town.
And don't forget, on next week's broadcast, we're going to bring you the footage from Waverly, Tennessee. Jerry the King Lawler in action in Waverly. We're going to have that footage for you next week on the broadcast. But right now, Shawn Shultz with Matt Boyce in a side headlock, and Shultz looks very impressive.
Jason, last night in Waverly, we sure had a crowd. I think there were over 500 there. I was afraid for a few minutes we're going to have to turn people away, but we had a great crowd. People were there, very enthusiastic. Waverly, Tennessee, if you missed that show, folks, you missed one good wrestling show.
Well, you speak of enthusiastic, you got to speak of Matt Boyce in the ring, getting the better half of Shawn Shultz on that last exchange. And now, Boyce, you really hear the fans here in Nashville get behind him.
One thing you have to remember, Jason, is that Shawn Shultz is a little older, has a little more experience, so he's going to carry this match, and he's going to test Matt Boyce and see just how far Matt can go.
But do you think that maybe Matt Boyce has just that much more tenacity in him than Shawn Shultz? Maybe Matt Boyce can get an upset right here over the 26-year-old icon.
Jason, it's very possible. Anything's possible. But if I were a betting man, I'd have to bet on Shawn Shultz because of his experience and his know-how.
And his pure ability inside the squared circle. Shawn Shultz, one of the best wrestlers. I'm going to go ahead and say it. One of the best wrestlers in the Tennessee area right now. That might make a lot of people mad, but you know it's very true. Shawn Shultz inside the ring like no other here in the Nashville area.
Jason, I would have to agree with you. And speaking of making people mad in this area, don't worry about that because they're mad at me every day.
Well, you know, this isn't a wrestling message board, Mike. This is a television show. That
may be correct, but when I pay the airtime, I feel like sometimes I can say what I want to.
Well, we've had a double reversal Irish whip. Leapfrog now from Boyce, and a drop kick, and Shultz goes down.
And Matt Boyce taking it to Shultz. He's taking it prior to Shultz, so Shultz must have made a mistake and let Matt get just a little bit ahead of him.
Not only did Shultz go down, but Shultz went out as well, rolling out of the ring, and now Matt Boyce really fired up. What an ego boost that must be to this young kid. Shultz now being counted out by referee Kevin Lawler. And boy, look at the crowd here in Nashville. What a historic night it was for Lawler 35.
You know, Shawn Shultz had to go out and get his bearings, but if you notice, Shawn Shultz made a move there, and I'm sure it's a legal move from the outside.